Hello there. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Naima McDaniels, and I am a recreation therapist. I been a recreation therapist for over 20 years, and I just love rec therapy. I love the how wide of a range you can use recreation for therapy. So if you like sports, using sport activities, current events, art, music, dance, drama. Today's activity is going to be an art therapy activity, and it's called the trash can. We'll go on a little bit more in detail about it in a little bit, but I always like to start off each session with positive energy, right? So I pretty much like to focus on, so we need to eat to nourish our bodies, but we also need to nourish our spirits and our mind with good stuff, right? Like how we do with food. So, so I always start off with a positive quote, and then it goes into an affirmation. So if you're not familiar with affirmations, affirmations are great. Excuse me 1 second, please. Okay, so affirmations are basically, so if you're familiar with positive self-talk, and that's an awesome thing to do, to talk to yourself in a positive way, to tell your things good stuff, right? Because sometimes our thoughts, our thoughts can go different ways. It can go here or there, but to get it back in and to balance that, right, we need to have positive self-talk. Tell yourself positive things. So that's what affirmations are. Affirmations usually start with I am, I will, and you are telling yourself this. You're bringing it forth, right? How they say laws of attraction. You're speaking it forth. So, for example, I am going to accomplish my goals for the day, right? That's a positive affirmation. You are affirming it. So we want to do that, right? So I always start off with quotes, message, and then affirmation in whatever order, right? So I'm going to start off with that today. So today's message, it says, you're afraid to move forward. Each step feels as though you're stepping into a minefield. Okay? You don't know what your decisions will lead you to, right? You don't know what your decisions will lead you to. One trigger and your mind goes straight to the worst case scenario. Right? There would be nothing to look forward to. No one would try to improve things. So read that over again. There would be nothing to look forward to, and no one would try to improve things. But life doesn't work that way. Yes, unfortunate things happen, but so do good things. Yes, they do. Light, miracles, love, and transformation are also part of life. You don't have to live in a space of extremes. Follow the light. So after I read that, I want you to kind of think about what does that mean to you? What does that mean? What does that message mean? Okay, that one trigger and your mind goes straight to the worst case scenario. Yes, sometimes that can happen to some people, right? Because you've been living your life, and then sometimes you seem like things don't always go right. You seem like there's always something. You're always walking in a storm, right? But what is a storm? Storm comes during what season? Usually, sometimes a rainy season. But does it rain all the time? No, it does not. Sometimes we have spring. In spring comes the beautiful butterflies and the flowers and the sun, right? So once we can actually believe that in our minds, that seasons do change and nothing never stays the same, think about that, right? think about what does that mean. Think about things that you have been through in the past. Have you been able to get over them? And then if you're looking at this video, I'm sure you have, because you are sitting here watching it, right? And things don't always stay the same. So just moving forward, right? Telling yourself that. So light, miracles, love, and transformation are also a part of life. Yes, we have pain, and yes, we have sorrow, and yes, we have losses, but we also have gains, and we also have all the beautiful things a part of life. So just sticking in there and believing that. Okay, so that's the message I want to start off with. I want you to think about that. What does it mean to you? I'm going to go into the affirmation for the message. All right. So affirmation says, I embrace the magical flow of life. Do you embrace the magical flow of life? Bring that forth. I embrace the magical flow of life. Everything is becoming effortless for me. That's everything, because, right? You're claiming that. You're speaking this into existence. Everything is becoming effortless for you. Claim that. Speak it. I am on a journey of constant learning and growth. Isn't that something? You are on a journey of constant. Don't you believe that? You're constantly learning and you're constantly growing. Call that forth. Speak that, because it will happen. It will come to you once you speak it and you believe it. All right? Everything starts with a thought. I am rising to the next level. Speak that. Even if you are, or you feel like you're right here, doesn't mean you have to stay there. You're telling yourself you're going to rise to the next level, and you're going to believe it, right? You have to speak it. So that's the affirmation today. I'm going to end it with this affirmation. I strongly believe. Now, I'm going to leave that blank. What do you believe? If you can have a piece of paper, I do have some blank paper here, and I have some pencils and markers for the art activity. But I want you to think about that, finishing that for yourself. I strongly believe what? What do you strongly believe? Okay? Speak that into existence. For me, I would say, I strongly believe that I will accomplish what I need to accomplish today. I'm speaking that into existence, right? What do you strongly believe? If you have your paper, you can write that down and you can share it with us, okay? So that's the affirmation for that. I'm going to follow that with a quote. Again, we are feeding our minds and we're feeding our spirits. I know you ate breakfast this morning, or you ate lunch, and you ate dinner last night, but what did you do for your mind, your soul, and your spirit? Okay? That's within. The quote for today. Let me blow this up for you so I can see. It says, every child is an artist. The problem is how to remain an artist once we grow up. That's the quote for today. I want y'all to think about that. What does that mean to you? Every child is an artist. The problem is how to remain an artist once we grow up. Which is true. That can mean several different things. So I want you to think about, what does that mean to you? I feel like, sometimes in life things happen, we get distracted, but your core of who you really are sometimes change once you get older. You go through things in life. You're a young adult, maybe you're hanging around a different type of crowd and it has you distracted. So things like that happens once we change as we get older, right? So sometimes, when we also get older, we also become who we really are from, life experiences and learning and growing. So, just taking that time just to reflect on self and will definitely get you back to who you are, what you really want to be, all right? And sometimes trying new things and new experiences. And sometimes it takes a while with some people, and that's okay, because it's all part of the process. And sometimes you just have to trust the process. So that's the quote for today. That's the affirmation, and that was the daily message. So I always start, with that. So let me know what you think about that. And if you have any feedbacks, you can send a reply. But we're going to get into the art activity. Like I mentioned earlier, it's called the trash can. And this is an art therapy, art activity or exercise. So we need blank paper, white paper. You can use any type of art materials that you have. If you have pencils, markers, whatever it is. But you also need a number 2 pencil, mechanical or whatever, or old school pencil is fine. But I want you to, it's called the trash can because what do we do with trash cans? What do we put in trash cans? What do we put in them? So what we put in trash cans is garbage. We throw it away. We throw all our garbage away. But sometimes we have garbage in us. Sometimes we have trash in us, things in us that we need to throw away because it's preventing us to be who we really are or meant to be or who we really want to be. And because we're holding on to those things mentally, right? And it's blocking us from growing. And we don't want to do that. We want to grow and we want to let go. We want to let go of things that doesn't mean that anything for us. We want to let it go. So what I want you to do is to draw a garbage can. It can be any kind of garbage can. It could be a waste basket, but you're going to draw your basket. Okay. So it could be a big basket, a small basket, medium size. But I want you to think about what it is you want to throw away. For example, maybe it can be anxiety. You know, you're anxious about things. You're just always thinking and you're always worrying. So maybe we want to throw that away. We want to throw away the anxiety, okay? We want to throw away the stress, okay? If that's holding you back because you're just stressing all the time over everything, throw it away. Put it in the garbage can, right? Maybe it is bad habits. Maybe you're having bad habits right now. Maybe you're, whatever it is, you're smoking or you're drinking or, maybe eating too much or partying too much. You want to throw that away, right? What are some other examples? It could be maybe your depression. Maybe you can be in the bed all day and really you don't want to be, but it's so heavy on you. You're having a hard time. So how does that look? Throwing that away, okay? So I want you to take some time, think about what it is that you want to get rid of that's holding you back in your life so you can move forward in your life, okay? And once you do that, I want you to draw your garbage can, okay? So I'm going to do a little sketching here for you, okay? So you got your little waste basket, okay? All right, I'm drawing it over here. All right, so there's your little waste basket. So I'll give you an example. It's not the best, but I try to give a little design on the outside of it. This is the inside of the basket, right? And so again, you can create your garbage can however you want. Again, like I said, it could be small, it could be big, it could be medium, it could be a dumpster, So it's up to you to get how creative you want to get creative with your baskets, okay? And over here, we want to write down the things that we want to put in the basket. For example, again, like I said, stress. Can't really see because I'm facing the video. Stress, right? We have anxiety. And we want to toss that in there. Put it in there. Okay. Now, once we do that, it's in there. Throw all that away in the garbage. Okay. If you want to decorate your garbage can, you can. We can, put some little color on there if you want to. Okay. And I would love to see yours and see how it looks and see how you felt doing the art activity. Did it feel like some sense of relief? What does that look like getting rid of anxiety, throwing it away? Think about where would you be at in your life if anxiety wasn't holding you back? What it would look like in your life if depression wasn't holding you back? So coming up with coping skills to deal with the depression, and creating a goal for that. Okay, so you threw away the depression, right? It's in there, right? So how does that look of coping with the depression, right? Helping you to improve your overall well-being of your life, right? So we can do, think about things that you really want to do. Think about things that make you happier, things that you used to do. Because sometimes depression will take you away from who you really are and things that you really enjoy doing. Like I said earlier, some people want to sleep all day. You don't feel like hanging out with the people you used to. But always start, for example, starting off small. Your goal is to help with the depression, that you're going to wake up and you're going to have a shower today. Self-care. Just taking a shower. That would be your goal. So you will say, my goal is to, for self-care, shower 15 minutes a day, however that looks. 2, my goal is to do a 15-minute walk around the neighborhood, or a 30-minute workout at the gym, or 15-minute time walking around the park or sitting in the park. So think about those things. Start off small with your goals, and then that will help develop your coping skills with that. So again, throwing away whatever it is that's holding you back. Okay. 2, coming up with the coping skills and your goals. And I want you to think about your goals of what it is that you want to work on for yourself. Okay? Again, thank you for tuning in. My name is Naima McDaniels, and I am a recreation therapist. And today's activity was the trash can. So you all have a wonderful day and stay positive. Thank you.